A showman's life is a smoky.
Hi, it's Hillary again, and this video is just going to be kind of a question and answer video. The questions were made by someone who isn't familiar with showing cattle, and then I'll just try to answer those questions with the best knowledge that I can. So we'll get started.
What is a typical day like for showing cattle at the show?
Well, I guess it's kind of intense. We usually wake up at 4 o'clock, 3:30, and then you get down to the show and you start first with washing your cattle and blowing them out. When I say blowing them out, you want to make sure all their hair is dry. It's just kind of like working with human hair. If your hair is not dry, it's not going to work properly. And then generally you can bed them down and feed them before, and you have enough time to do that before the show. And then at a good amount of time before you need to show, generally kind of 3 to 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, you want to get them up and put them in the fitting shoe and start fitting them. And basically what you're doing when you're fitting them is you're making them look the best that they possibly can, pulling the hair on their legs. You want to fluff it out and up. And then you also want to make all their hair on their body stand out. And the kind of the ultimate goal when fitting cattle is to make them look like a square. And so you do that, and then you go and generally you show. If you win your class, you're brought back for champion drive, and you show in champion drive, and depending on how you do there. And then once you get done showing, you generally have to rinse them out and break down all the glue that you've put in them after fitting, and then wash them, and then blow dry them again, and bed them down. And if you're done for the weekend, then you get to leave, I guess. But if you have another show the next day, you get to do it all over again.
How would somebody who isn't involved in cattle get involved with showing cattle? Who would you contact, and where would be a good place to start?
I think the biggest thing would be not to go straight into showing like open shows. I would start with like a 4-H extension office, and generally they have a beef extension agent who you can talk to that is generally very knowledgeable about cattle, and also how to get started. And you want to kind of start in a club. A lot of times they'll point you to a club that's knowledgeable about how to show livestock and cattle, and then from there you just kind of build your way on out. You know, some people don't want to be as dedicated to showing cattle, you know, being on the road every weekend, and just want to show at the county fair, and others are all in it and gonna do it till the end. And so, but I think I would just go to a 4-H extension office, and they'll be able to point you towards the direction that you need to go.
What is the greatest reward for showing cattle?
I think the greatest reward has probably been the skills that I've learned, and it's not the skills such as you know, showing cattle or fitting cattle, but it's the hard work, the responsibility, the dedication, the respect. Those are all probably my greatest rewards, because the person I am today has definitely been built from showing cattle. And so I think being able to look back and say that has been my best reward.
It's a hotel room and a lonely wife.